Yo, what's going on? So I've managed to pull somebody out of the club at the Jazz Cafe in London, in Camden, and I want to ask him a few questions about what he's doing here and what brought him here tonight, you know, specifically. So do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you're here?
Bit of everything, really. I tour around with the boys generally, fucking help on the merch, DJ occasionally when they can. Done battles up in Scotland on some of the earlier like opening shows and stuff like that. Pretty much anything I can take my hand to. I run a studio down in Wales, so I'm just turning my hand to pretty much anything in the music scene, really. I just anything to get involved and help the scene build. Really, that's the main goal at the end of the day. I'm not here for money or anything like that as such.
There isn't any, is there?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice if there was some around, like, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's everyone's got to fucking build, each one teach one and all that lot. I'm probably a little bit long in the tooth and old now, but to get started on a debut or anything, but I've helped enough people get their way out.
Can you? Who are the people you've helped? Can you name a couple?
Yeah, there's biggest artist has come out of like, I didn't really help him as such. I inspired him to do it and got him to, like, he was.
That's more than enough.
Yeah, he was worried about rapping. I said, look, just do it, and brought him out of his shell, and that's TJ. They call him Doc Teej. He's from West Wales. You can find him pretty much on anything. He's actually making beats and got a studio now, funnily enough. So it's funny how the coin flips.
Okay, so basically what he's done is he's taken your productions, built his name, and then fucked you off.
I didn't even teach him how to produce. No.
I'm joking, man.
No, but it's nothing but love. But nah, they're like, obviously he's overtook me and surpassed me in that sense, and the stuff he's got out and the stuff he's done, so it's nothing but love, man. So I'm glad to see someone make it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? I wish more people would be happier for everyone else making it, because then that's how the scene's going to grow, you know what I mean?
It's the same in everything in life. Like, if too many people hate on other people for doing something they wish they could do when they could have just got off their arse and did it themselves. Like, so I ain't going to be bitter about it. I had all the time in the world to do it, but I have 4 kids instead.
Oh, well, you know what? You fucked up then, innit?
Watching the screens producing instead of fucking in the bedroom, innit?
Should have done what I did. I sold my kids on eBay.
I thought about that many a time, but they just weren't having them. They wouldn't stop talking like me, so they kept bringing them back.
All right, so who were you here with specifically?
Shakes mainly. I tour with Shakes mostly. Like, we do a lot, but Skinny as well, obviously, because anything he's on, Shakes is on, so it's sort of like everything, man.
Okay. You got any funny behind-the-scenes stories you could tell us about Skinny?
Probably no, actually, nothing funny about Skinny. No, like, he's just he's the most humble, blessed guy. Like, I could tell you a story about Nozdog, which is probably it wasn't Skinniest per se, but article. Like, we were doing a set, and he said to me, first time I ever DJ'd for someone live. Like, I ain't a DJ, but I can sort of spin the wheels. So we're like doing Nozdog, and there's got to be about 4,000 people in the fucking crowd. I got like 6 spliffs, well, a pocket full of spliffs, but I got 6 spliffs to the side, and he's like, yo, show the crowd how many spliffs you got, and all. He's like getting them to pull out the pocket, and he said before, like, articles come in at this point, and this is when we play the track from. He switches to his set and then back to my set. So I'm like timing it. I'm like, article ain't here. Like, last minute, he whips onto the stage on a fucking electric pit bike, bro. I swear that now, popped a wheelie. Me and Skinny, bear in mind, didn't even know nothing about this. The whole crowd's roared, and I'm like, wow. Like, I'm still this happened like 2 years ago. I'm still gassed about it myself now, because it was so off the cuff, and it just happened so perfect. You couldn't have, like, 30 seconds from the track to end.
What was Skinny's reaction?
We were both like, what? Like, looking at each other like, did that just fucking happen? And he's just like, gone to me, gripped the mic and goes, run that. And I was just like, fuck. But that was probably the sickest moment. Like, just the vibe, the way it happened, the energies here are always like, every show. This is why I love coming.
You have been following Skinny over the period of the last 3 years or so.
I've been touring with him for the past 3 years, but I've been a fan since, like, Council State of Mind dropped. Like, he gave me the reason that I ended up thinking, it's all right for me to rap.
You don't even look old enough to,
bro. I got 4 kids.
You see the envy here now, innit?
My oldest kid.
But do you think like, you know, the energy that's been going around, not just for this event, but for all other events, do you think there's a certain different kind of energy because we've now come out of the pandemic situation and people are like excited to be back? Or do you think, nah, this is going to happen regardless?
Yeah, I think it'll happen regardless, without a doubt, like, energy-wise on this show, because, like, being Welsh, we like a drink, and, like, I was doing...
And you like sheep as well, I hear.
Sheep. That's a myth.
Sheep.
That's a myth, bro. That's because it was a death penalty to steal them, and it was only 6p if you were fucking them. So we was doing the English over, saying, "No, we ain't stealing them. We're fucking them, innit?" Like, but who set the law? Like, who ain't us? Think about it. But yeah. Anyway, back to that. I was on the t-shirt stall and like literally I watched the whole crowd just disappear for an hour and a half. And I think 6 people came to the bar in that time. No one was even concerned with having a drink. Given that no one could go to pubs in this time, I'd have thought they'd all been, get as much in as I can. Like, but no, it wasn't even like that. It was, and the best thing, every show we do, like we go on Margate, Tunbridge Wells, all around, and there's always younger kid generations, like 18-year-olds that like know every bar. And it's like, wow, it just goes to show how it transcends generation to generation, and it's getting
not many artists are able to kind of do that. You know what I mean? So it takes a special kind of person to do that, and Skinny is definitely that special person.
I fully agree on that. I can't. You said it better than I could ever say it, man. He's just. I think it's because he's just the most humble guy. I've met a lot of artists, and no disrespect to any of them. A lot of them have approached me with a bit of like, I'm too big to speak to you. From the day I met Skinny, he was like the same level. Do you know what I mean? He never made me think like, he's looking down on me.
Yeah, I've never understood that mentality. It's like you're a human, everyone's human, just get along.
That energy transcends because he's like that. It comes back to him. You get what you give out at the end of the day. It's one of those things, isn't it?
I wish he would show me or teach me how I can stay as slim as him. Like, cause look at this. Like, it's like.
Yeah. One of the first times I met Skinny, I was like, I think we're gonna have to have a challenge for who's skinnier.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I walked into the sound check and I saw you with your back turned, I thought you were him.
A lot of people have done it this weekend, man.
I understand you lot's touring with Skinny pretty much all the time now.
It's gonna be fucking flat out, from what I can gather. We're just getting more and more dates. Like we got one on the 8th of August, Metro Fest. One on the 11th back here, funnily enough. Tomorrow in Manchester. We got a couple in Leeds, Nottingham, somewhere else. There's so many on the list. I've lost track. It's like,
okay, well, that's good. I mean,
coming out of a COVID scenario, I was expecting it to be the odd gig here and there, but it's just like boom, 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 boom.
I think the world's hungry now.
I've seen the same people at different shows on other ends of the country, and it's like people actually get in a car, travel 6 hours to go to a different show, and they'll bring their vinyls and all that. And that's what it's about, man. That is what we do this for, if you ask me. Like it ain't about the money or nothing like that. It's the love of your music and the fact that they actually want to listen to it. Do you know what I mean?
So are you the official sales merch person for?
No. I think, I don't know what the plan is, to be honest. I'm assuming one of his sons will possibly take over, but I don't know. But I just come to help out, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them. They sort of adopted me, if you like. That's what I say, my adopted family, in it, because I actually met him through booking him for a gig. Funnily enough, I used to do gig promotions down in West Wales, and they were a bit of a dead end because they wasn't a big scene there, and no one really rolled through, as a lot of hip-hop gigs end up like. But after that, we clicked, and Shakes and him clicked, and we all just ended up just on the road. We got invited, and we never left.
Okay, so if we rewind back 5 years now, would you have ever thought this would be happening to you now?
Nah, fuck no. It's still now when I come here, I'm like still a bit fanboy. Like when I met you earlier, I said to Shakes, I had a bit of a fanboy moment, man. But it's because, like as I said, in 2004, I was an 18-year-old kid I was from a rural place in Wales. And I was thinking, I haven't got any right to.
Can I tell you a little bit of Can I tell you a little story about Wales? Yeah. So we went to do a show in, I believe it was a place called Aberystwyth, right? now the thing is, when we were going past this farm, we saw 2 police cars parked. Hold on. 2 police cars parked up, and there was another car as well, right? Not a police car. So we're there thinking, sheep shaggers, right? So anyway, we got to the venue, and then the guy on the news said, "Did you hear about the sheep shagger getting caught at the farm?"
For real. Oh, mate, I got this mate. And
I'm not even joking.
I shout him out, and I hope he says one day watch this. My mate Luke Grice in Wales, he is the maddest person you could ever meet. And for about fucking 6 months, he was actually going to fucking let us film him do it, because he wanted to be the one that did it and made it to YouTube. That's how desperate he was, to do it. He was like, "I will do it. You hold the sheep, I'll do it." I was like, "Bro, I'm not holding no sheep. Shag nothing."
You know, we have something in common though, because I'm Armenian and we're considered the sheep shaggers as well. So, bro. Respect, man. Sheep shagger to sheep shagger.
Sheep shaggers unite. Innit? It's got to be done, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But nah, that is a proper myth. There's a lot of them, man. They fucking degraded with Welsh people, but I could take it as a fucking laugh. It's funny. It's the same as the whole taffy thing. It's just a fucking joke to me. Do you know what I mean? No need to get heated on it or fucking cry about it. It's like, unless you really do it, then obviously you can feel some sort of way, like, innit?
But anyway, moving away from the sheep shaggers, do you want to tell people where they can find you on socials? You have a YouTube channel, anything like
Facebook, but I'm forever being banned for arguing with racists. But yeah,
oh, you know what? Respect for that.
There's no place for that in this world, bro. But it's funny how I get banned for saying the slightest little thing to a racist person, but all these racists still, yeah. It's funny, and it's a strange world that we live in, but we got to make it right somehow. But yeah, you find me on Instagram, Zanda _G1. Zanda _G1. And then I'm trying to think what else I got out there. My mind's gone blank, bro. It's because
so just look out for the tours.
Yeah, man. I'll be on the tours. I'm planning on dropping a debut at some point in time, but it's one of them. I got so many lyrics and so many beats that I'm like, I don't even know what I want to put out. It's like I've got like probably about 40 tracks pre-recorded that I've just like, nah, they're not tight enough. I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that sense. I hate it, like, and it's one of them. I can't let go.
Remember, don't make the same mistake I made, where you've got tracks that you think are not ready, and then you play it to someone else, and they think that's the best thing you've ever done. So it's not always you that should judge it.
I totally agree. Like one of the what I'd say was the worst beat I ever made in my life. It was the one that made me the most money. Okay. It's mad. I hated it, but some guy come along and said, "I'll give you 300 quid for it now." So I was like, "So, take it."
There you go. That's a few kebabs. Well, hey.
The world is, like you say, it's a strange place. Not everyone likes the same thing, and it'd be a boring place if we all did, really, isn't it? So
exactly.
It's one of them. But I like to try and stay versatile with beats so that I can try and give people different stuff that they're liking. But sometimes people like it, sometimes they don't. That's rough with the smooth, isn't it? You just gotta do what you gotta do. But
anything else you want to say?
nah, man. Just come and check out the shows if you're around.
Okay,
Come vibe with us, innit?
Right, so we're here outside the Jazz Cafe, and we're here to see Skinny Man, and Shakespeare's also going to be supporting, and Rarely Always is also going to be on stage as well. So I haven't seen him, but I'm looking forward to it because he's got a different vibe. So
just to jump in on that, he brought this fucking sick vibe. I only met him last night, and like it's all like you can hear the heavy metal influence. Man, I'm a metalhead at heart as well. So it's just nice and refreshing to hear it, and he's a sick lyricist, man. So if you ain't heard of him, go and check him out.
All right, we're going to go back inside, and we're going to watch Skinny soon. So hopefully we'll get some information to you when it's all over.